The film opens with a prison bathroom, dim, grimy, and tense. Inside, a group of inmates crowd around as two men prepare to fight. One of them is Isaiah Bone, calm and composed, while his opponent is a towering, muscled inmate hungry for blood. The tension builds as fists fly. Bone moves like a machine, precise and merciless. Within moments, he dismantles the man with devastating strikes, finishing him off with a brutal kick. After serving his time, Bone is finally released from prison and heads to Los Angeles, the city buzzing with underground fight culture. He rents a small, run-down room in a boarding house owned by Tamara, a tough but kind-hearted landlady. She looks after 3 orphan kids, Angel, Regina, and Jared. So, she wants to raise the good. So Bone has to obey some rules under the roof. No girls, no loud music, and no making trouble. Since he is not a man who looks for trouble, he takes the room. At night, Bone attends a back-alley fight, where desperate men brawl for money while gamblers scream from the sidelines. Here, Bone sees Pinball, a hustler with a sharp tongue and a nose for opportunity. Pinball is flashy, street-smart, and always looking for the next payday. James, the slick, dangerous promoter who runs much of the underground circuit, brings his toy fighter, Hammerman. Towering, muscular, and brutal, Hammerman is feared across the circuit. He's the type of fighter who doesn't just win, he maims. James owns all the money. That night, Pinball finds Bone in his car. All Bone wants is to fight with Hammerman. But it is not that easy, Pinball explains. Bone gives money to set up a game, and even hesitantly, Pinball agrees. Bone first meets Angela. Their eyes linger on each other. Envy James and threatens her not to embarrass him ever again. The first test comes quickly. The fight ends as quickly as it begins. Pinball is stunned. He realizes Bone isn't just another fighter. He's the real deal, maybe the best he's ever seen. Word of this mysterious fighter spreads fast in the underground scene. Bone is told that Angela was married, but James sent her husband to prison after setting him up for triple homicide. Her baby was given away by James. After her healthy family was ruined, she became a drug addict. Bone and Pinball are now partners. Bone fights. Pinball collects money. Bone gets more games as he becomes more popular. He also wins girls' hearts. James is also a pawn of Franklin McVeigh, the wealthy and cultured crime boss who controls the elite underground fighting circuit, covering up all his crimes. Finally, James sets up a fight to test Bone against one of his biggest, baddest warriors, Hammerman. After a fierce fight, Bone succeeds in crashing Hammerman to the ground, unconscious. James invites Bone to celebrate the victory at his lavish home. Pinball hesitates, but Bone agrees to it right away. James has another plan for Bone. James lays out his ambitions. He doesn't just want to run the street-level fights. He wants to be part of Franklin's exclusive, high-stakes fighting circle. Price, Franklin's fighter, and the best in the world. To get there, he needs a champion, and he believes Bone is the man who can win him that seat at the table. Bone listens, but doesn't commit outright. But James doesn't take no as an answer. James convinces Angela to make Bone happy as he recognizes what she is in him. He thinks that impressing Bone with Angela would help him achieve his goal. She takes Bone to a room and points a gun at him. Bone shows her a photo of Angela and Danny, saying Danny asked Bone to take care of his wife and son just before he died. Danny was Bone's cellmate, and more than that, they were good friends. He spoke about his lovely family with a lot of hope to be with them again. But he was not lucky enough, as he got stabbed by another prisoner. And Bone promised to protect his family. Bone reveals that he knows where her son is and gets ready to meet him. Bone gives James just enough interest to keep him hooked, all while maintaining an air of mystery. As per Bone's request, James agrees to let Bone keep his puppet love for a few days. James tells Franklin that he's got a new fighter, Bone, and claims that this guy is going to make them serious money in the underground circuit. Franklin eventually agrees to set up a fight with this so-called unstoppable fighter. The next morning, Bone finds James in their bedroom watching them. James calls Bone a pimp because he sleeps with another woman even after James gave his girl to spend time with him. However, James wants the business that is to fight with Price and take Franklin down. But Bone turns down his offer. Pissed off, James leaves with another plan in mind. Bone sends Tamara and the kids away for a while. James plans to kill all the connections of Bone. Hammerman goes to the club and finds Pinball. He hits Pinball, asking for Bone. Bone comes at the right time and saves Pinball. The thugs storm into the rehab facility looking for Angela, but instead, they're met by Pinball. Together, he and Pinball outsmart the crew, grab Teddy's phone as evidence, and get out before things turn bloody. James calls Teddy to check on the status, but ends up hearing from Bone instead. Knowing that Bone comes to him next, he escapes to Franklin's palace after setting up the fight with Price that night. Bone and Pinball head straight to Franklin's mansion, the heart of James' high-class world. He subtly makes James confess to Roberto's and Danny's murders that he set up. Then he sends the recorded confession to Pinball, who then contacts the police and reports the crime. Price arrives, threatening Bone. He doesn't even change his suit as he underestimates Bone's skills. Bone can't resist the fight now. The stage is set. This fight is between one champion versus another champion. So, yes, it is a definite must-watch one. Bone shows his natural fighting skills against his show-off rival. The win is Bone's. Bone taps the floor, and the referee announces Price as the winner by forfeit. James is enraged and steps onto the stage with his katana to fight Bone. This was the fight Bone was looking forward to. Bone is thrown a Jin by O'Hara to even the odds, but he chooses to fight with the scabbard. The real fight begins. James swings wildly, driven by desperation. Bone locks James down and severs his hand. James screams. Police swarm in. James is arrested. Bone walks away, silent. Angela comes to see his son, Jared. Tamara apologizes and asks Bone to stay, but he doesn't want to. Denying everyone's requests to stay, he leaves anyway after saying,
"Got some business to take care of."
Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to watch more videos like this.